All right, my people, I think it's time to talk about two of the absolutely biggest breaking news things that we got in the UFC to talk about right now. If you haven't heard, we just dropped it literally 5 minutes ago. Conor McGregor has officially been suspended for 18 months by the UFC anti-doping agency for not showing up to 3 different drug tests that took place back in 2024. Now you may ask yourself, why didn't he show up? I think we all know why. You know, the last couple months, Conor McGregor has had his restaurant burnt down due to mafia reasons. And he was also sending nude pictures with dumbbells to people he's never talked to before, right? So you would think there's probably a reason why Conor McGregor was avoiding these drug tests. Wow. Because of this. I think my man just got awarded. So now my guy's suspended for 18 months, which means his UFC return eligibility date is on March 20th of 2026. Which means he'll be ready for the UFC White House card, no doubt. I think this absolutely confirms it, right? Dana White has basically made him the leading candidate in being on this UFC White House card. It hasn't been John Jones. You know, even though we all know John Jones will return to be on this card too, it's been Dana White saying Conor McGregor has always been on there whenever he needed somebody to rely on. It's always been Conor McGregor, okay? Now, in my opinion, because Conor McGregor failed to miss these drug tests, he's just been awarded, and we've just been rewarded. Something absolutely amazing. I think it's confirmed, man. Conor McGregor will be at the UFC White House card after this breaking news. Now, the question is, who and what weight class will he be fighting at? The 170-pound division? The welterweight division? Or will he be returning to the 185-pound division where he was supposed to fight Michael Chandler back in the days? And will he be taking on Michael Chandler? Right? Will the likes of Nate Diaz be coming out back into the UFC and shock the UFC world? I don't know, man. But that is absolutely breaking news. Now, one more thing that I want to talk about. We figured out what is going to be the first pay-per-view for 2026, right? A reporter from Spain, a close partner with Ilia Topuria, has announced that Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje will be the first pay-per-view fight on the Paramount Plus deal for 2026, which is absolutely breaking news. Justin Gaethje, this man just beat Rafael Fiziev on 2 weeks' notice, okay, by decision. Before that, just got absolutely obliterated by Max Holloway in the last seconds when Max Holloway told him, come on. And now, he's begged and begged and begged, and even told people, I ain't fighting Paddy Pimblett. When Paddy Pimblett was calling him out, I ain't fighting him. The UFC owes me for fighting Max Holloway. I'll retire if you guys make me fight Paddy Pimblett. And guess what? He's been rewarded. Okay? Now, it's kind of understandable when you look at the division. The division right now isn't that stacked. All these lightweights have already got beaten by Ilia Topuria, okay? They still have Islam Makhachev ranked number 1 on the UFC lightweight rankings. I don't know why. You know, he's done. He's moving up. But they got Arman Tsarukyan, who's ranked number 2. He has a fight coming up with Dan Hooker. We all know that. Then they got Charles Oliveira. And who else? Max Holloway. 2 guys that have already beaten Justin Gaethje, but have also been knocked out by Ilia Topuria very recently. So the next person in line, of course, would be Justin Gaethje. Then you got Dan Hooker, then you got Paddy Pimblett. It is what it is. I know some of the UFC fans out there are really mad about this because of the whining and maybe Justin Gaethje doesn't deserve this. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, in my opinion, did Justin Gaethje just make the biggest mistake of his career? No, I know. They are going to be the first man to get their hands on that Paramount Plus deal back, which is absolutely amazing. They're probably going to be making double now, right? Who knows? That's what it should be. Probably not, but we're going to see. So, of course, he's making a bag. But in my opinion, he just got knocked out by Max Holloway. He just barely beat Rafael Fiziev, right? Who came on a 2-week notice. He was supposed to fight Dan Hooker. And now you're going straight into a fight with an angry Ilia Topuria. This isn't a regular Ilia Topuria, if you haven't heard. Ilia Topuria has just yesterday erased all of the social media accounts, pictures that have to do with his ex-wife, Georgiana. Yes, if you go look at his social media accounts, every picture with his wife is deleted. People are saying that they're done. Now, if this is true, of course, she is the mother of his 2 kids. We are going to wait to see what actually happens. But if this is true, Ilia Topuria is either going to be angry as hell, super duper angry, and take out his anger on Justin Gaethje going in there. And I said, yes, this may be good for Justin Gaethje. He's making all this money. But what about for his health? I mean, this could literally cause hospital issues for the rest of his career for stepping into this fight with a guy that hits as hard as Ilia Topuria. All right? No matter what, it's worth it. You're going to get paid millions of dollars, feed your kids. Who cares? But this is not just going to be your regular Ilia Topuria, okay? But also, something else comes to my head. Is it very possible that this will actually not help Ilia Topuria? Of course, the fight's not till January of 2026, so he's going to have a full camp. A lot of time to prepare. And you're going up against a guy like Justin Gaethje, you know it's going to be a stand-up fight. If Justin Gaethje wants to pull some takedowns, pull him out of his sleeve, whatever, do it. But I think Ilia Topuria knows what he needs to train for. Okay? If Ilia Topuria goes in here and sleeps Justin Gaethje, I think Justin Gaethje should absolutely retire after this fight. I think it's a blessing that he's getting this fight, and I think this will be the last title shot that he ever gets. All right? But it is very possible that Ilia Topuria could be going through some issues mentally, right? Because he doesn't have his baby mama with him now. Is she going to divorce him? Is she going to take half of his money? What is actually going to happen? Is she going to try to take his kids? What's going to happen? Right? Will she send him, will she cheat on him, send him pics, try to mess with his mind or something? Will these games or will this issue affect Ilia Topuria in the wrong way? You never know. And to me, that's what's very interesting. All right? I know Ilia Topuria is one of the best, if not the best striker in the UFC, the best fighter in the UFC. But Justin Gaethje is a dog. He's going to go in there with everything he has and try to stop Ilia Topuria in his tracks. This is an absolutely amazing fight, whether you like it or not. But I think Ilia Topuria is going to have something for Justin Gaethje that Justin Gaethje still hasn't seen. I know he's seen it all, right? He's been knocked out and submitted. But Ilia Topuria is a different monster, my people. Breaking news in the UFC world.